What's up, friends of the internet, and welcome back to the Jube Tube. Today, we're going to be talking about the fractured butthole. Say that fast if you've missed the joke, live under a rock, or just flat out don't pay attention to anything going on in the world of gaming today. If you don't know what that is, first of all, I feel bad for you, and you make me sad. Second of all, it's a South Park game that just came out this week, and it's great if you like South Park. And it's still pretty good if you don't. Be pretty honest. It's good. It's good. I like making these videos because I like talking about video games. I like telling you guys, should you really buy these games? Are they up to the hype? Are they really that good? And so far, I think this one is. The other part of this is I have a lot of friends who I either stream with or I play online with, and they're on the fence about buying this game because, and I think they're, right to think this, it's a South Park game. If you didn't play the Stick of Truth, you have no frame of reference. And honestly, this is a good RPG game with a South Park skin. Just like Stick of Truth was a good game and a good strategy game with a South Park skin. I mean, that's what this is. They really do their homework. They flush it out. They think through all the scenarios that a normal RPG would go through, and you do those in this game while laughing hysterically because it's South Park. The second part I want to bring up is that if you're not a South Park fan and you find them to be annoying or just stupid with their humor, you're not going to have a good time. If you don't really mind the humor and you can kind of get over it, you're still going to have fun. Because like I said, they did a good job setting up the RPG aspects of the game. But if you are a South Park fan, it is like you're playing a long episode. They do the normal jokes they do on the TV show and they take it up a notch. If you watch any of my streams, I have a very uncomfortable smile on my face. And when I laugh, most of the time, I'm just sitting there like, well, that happened. I feel weird laughing at a lot of it, to be honest. If people are watching me, that's just how it is. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm laughing the whole time. It's great. As far as the game goes, I think the first part to start with is the backstory of the character, right? I mean, that's where the game starts, right? So you're a new kid, you get there, Cartman welcomes you into the Coon and Friends, and now you're a superhero. You immediately pick a class of superhero if you like to be, close combat, you like to do ranged combat, yada yada, you got 3 choices. Once you make that choice, he starts doing a backstory. One I will not talk about, both for spoilers, and I want to keep this PG, family-friendly YouTube channel. And it gets weird in the game. I'm not going to talk about it. But what's cool about this is that you get to pick another class very shortly after. I've only played for 3 hours of the game, and I've already unlocked 2 classes. And I got a second backstory when I picked my second class. The big deal about this is I don't have to pick a class and stick with it. When you pick a second, third, and as I understand it, you get to unlock more classes as the game goes on. When you unlock those classes, you don't have to stick with that. You actually get to pick and choose which attacks from those classes you want to use when you fight. So as you play throughout the game, you're obviously going to favor a certain playing style. Well, now you can use these attacks from each of the classes to complement how you play the game, which I find really enjoyable here. So I found out very early on I like to be more of a range person, and I also like to have a wide sweeping knockback attack so I can either knock them into my teammates to do more damage, into their teammates to do more damage, or just to get them out of the way and away from my teammates. So I planned for that. When I unlocked my second class, I got more range and I got more knockback attacks so that I can effectively play how I like to play. So it was really nice just to have that freedom to do so. On top of the class aspects that we all know from normal RPG games, there's things like artifacts that you can attach to your character to boost their stats and your team stats as you level up. The more you level up, the more slots that you open, and eventually you can add several to your character to really boost the stats and become very powerful. Last part of the RPG aspect is you gather a massive team. And so right now, again, only the short amount of time that I've played, I have too many characters than I can fit on the board at once. You're allotted 4, and I have more than that, so now I can pick and choose which characters I put on my team based on, again, how I like to play. Everybody levels up with you, so it's really easy. You don't have to worry about that. And I have a long list of characters I have not unlocked yet, so I'm really excited to see which characters play which heroes and villains, and it's just hilarious to see them playing their little superheroes. It's so much fun. I also like how they play with the kids' imagination of all this And every now and then when you're fighting, you'll have to stop because a car is driving through the street. So you obviously have to get out of the way. So it just shows how like none of the magic, none of these powers, none of it is real. It's all in their heads. But I don't know, it's a little touch that I really like. All of that was good, right? All of that was good. I do have two small little issues. One of which I think I will just get over as time goes on because I'll learn my way around and I'll get over it. That first thing is the navigation. So Cartman will tell me that I've got a mission, I've got somewhere to go, and with the minor exposure I've had to the map, I don't know where everything is right now. I know where like the church is and the elementary school, and that's it because they're in the bottom left corner. Done. And they're massive buildings. Done. But if I've got to go to Cartman's house, I don't know which one's Cartman's house. I don't memorize the color. I don't remember from the show, honestly. But eventually I will learn. I will learn where these places are. So when Cartman tells me to go somewhere, I will just go there. But right now I have to open the map and I can mark a target. But then when I go back, there's nothing in the HUD or on my screen as I'm walking telling me where to go. And I find that a bit annoying. You unlock fast travel spots, which Jimmy is the Flash, which is great. It's fantastic. I know it's a little dark, but it's South Park, right? So again, awkward laughter. Awkward, uncomfortable laughter. So it helps to have these fast travel spots as you work throughout the game, but it still doesn't help me. One of the last missions that I did, I opened the map 3 or 4 times just to get to that place. That may be because I'm an idiot. I've been known to be an idiot. I know that. But it's still an unfortunate part of the game. The second unfortunate part of the game is that I stumbled upon an important part of the game purely by accident. When I opened the map to find out where I needed to go, I noticed that in the little location indicator that there was a 60 above the location that I was supposed to go to. That 60 meant that I as a character had to be power level 60 or at a certain level to do this mission. They didn't tell me that. And if I knew exactly where I needed to go without looking at the map, I would have never found it. So if I wasn't level 60, I would have arrived at that location without being able to play the mission and not knowing any reason why that is. And that's a pretty big dropped ball here. I mean, you gotta let me know that. That's pretty important. And later on in the game, I'm sure, I was easily level 60 at that point with just doing the basic things. But there are going to be points later on in the game, I'm sure I'm going to hit something where I'm going to have to grind just a little bit, do some side quests before I can do the story quests. So that's when I would have been frustrated. So thankfully I found it now. So that was a pretty big hiccup, I think. The navigation I can get over. But that little level cap, that's a dropped ball for sure. Overall, pretty solid game. Story, hilarious if you love South Park, annoying if you don't. The gameplay, I think, is actually done very well. It's not going to be one of the greats that's ever mentioned in the lineup of RPGs, but it's definitely not going to be in the bottom tier either. They did their homework. They flushed these things out. It feels very natural. It feels like every other RPG that I've done. So gameplay gets a pass in my book. Navigation, could use some work. Character leveling and building your team and building your artifacts, costume, character development, that is great because, again, they do it well, but it's South Park, so I find it hilarious. Alright guys, if you picked up this game, let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a like, hit that little red subscribe button, share it with all of your friends. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you all again next time.